Game Week 9 match of the week is from Photo B and features Barboy trying to secure his playoff positioning against three-time champion The Criminal with his back against the wall for relegation. Radar's on the call. Let's watch.
To go to the split view and get the darts in the air, and if the players are ready, we can do that right now. Criminal, are you ready?
Let's do it.
Barboy, are you ready?
I've been waiting for this all year.
The final match of the Photo Fall 2020 regular season. Barboy to throw first. Game on!
Shoot him well, man.
Hey, be nice to me.
Two 20s for Barboy. And Barboy said he's been waiting for this match all year. These two good friends. And both looking to stick it to each other, I'm sure. Barboy wants the bragging rights. Criminal wants the points. And also probably the bragging rights. 3 19s for the Criminal. So he found that beautiful treble 19 with his first start, but couldn't follow it with anything else. Barboy's going to come back, and he will get 3 steady 20s to get 40 points on the board. We got some chat going on. Law Dart saying we all know that this is the main event. And we're talking about what the Criminal needs as far as points. 3 19s is what he gets there. Pistu says, get your Twitters ready. Chatter9 says, Crim is smart getting all those championships when we were all terrible. Gules Echo says, big Crim fan, go Crim, Empire 3, booing that immediately. He is the madhouse. There is 2 20s for Barboy. We go back and forth points. Another good treble for Criminal with the first dart. Once again, the miss percentage, we talked about that. The miss percentage higher for Criminal than Barboy's, and he finds 3 19s, so just a misclick on the button. It counted twice. And again, it was a treble 19 at the first dart, but he couldn't follow it with either the second or third. And that's a miss for Barboy, leaving the door open now for the Criminal. And it's a beautiful first dart. She pounds the treble 20.
7.
And it's 7 for the Criminal. It's a 7 mark. That could potentially be the first bonus point that he needs on his way to potentially save himself from auto relegation and give himself a fighting chance to stay in the B division. It's a 7 mark. That ties the toaster. Barboy's going to come back, though. There's a treble 17 with his second dart, but similar to the Criminal early going, can't follow it with the second or third, just the 3 17s. And the Criminal with a 4.0 MPR trying to get all the points he can. He's working on the 17s. He's got the first 2 in. He'll get all 3 in. It's 3 steady 17s for the Criminal. Another wedge is closed. Everybody going crazy, talking about how that's potential a bonus point. That looks like 5 16s, though, to get it started on the 16 for Barboy. It is 5 16s. He's continuing to put up a challenge. Oh, wow, those are brutal darts for the Criminal. It's a miss for the Criminal, but look how close those are. Those long points delicately in the 8 in the corner near that treble wedge, but it's nothing for him. Barboy coming back, working on the 16s. He finds a pair that puts him back up in the point lead. Criminal going to have to go back and score. And again, it's another treble 19 with the first. And now he's going right over to 16s. He's got a 2 wedge advantage. It's a 4 mark for the Criminal. 3 19s and a single 16. Not sure if he went for the double on that last one or not. It was fading that way. Or if it was just a little bit yanked low. Barboy coming back to the board. First 2 darts are missed, and he gets the third one in. Just a single, though, so still trailing in points. Criminal coming back with the point lead. He's going right after the 16s. The second one's a single. Can he find the third? He can find the third. 2 steady 16s with darts 2 and 3 after missing on the first. Barboy going to have to move, find a new home to score. Going over to 15s. Looking for a treble. There's a treble with the second dart. 5 15s to get it started for Barboy, which gives him a 1-point lead. Back over to Crim. That treble 19 is deadly right now for the Criminal. And he's staying put on 19s. This time he gets 4 19s. That first dart treble 19 has been there on the right side of the board. going over to Barboy now. He had a good turn last time. Going to need to keep working on the treble with the scoring difference of the 19s and 15s. Just 2 scored, though, for Barboy. Adds 30 points. Trailing now by 45. Criminal moving over to 15s. Gets a pair. 1 away from the close. But again, working towards the leg victory. There's a beautiful first from Barboy, and he's going to stay on 15s. And he'll get another 5 mark in the 15s. Going to Barboy over there. 75 points. This time Krim, he's going to the 19s. This time it's a double, not a treble. But he does get the close of 15s. A 3-mark round for the Criminal. 2 19s, 1 15. Barboy is forced to the bullseye. First dart is in the outer ring, so a good start. Single bull for Barboy. You see both the MPRs inflated. Criminal just over 3. Barboy 2.5 essentially. Krim looking to add to the point lead here. He gets a single 19 there, which gives Barboy more life to come back to the center. A single bull once again for Barboy, inching towards the close of the center. And Criminal's going to respond with 2. Looked like he was going for the treble 19s. Maybe playing the MPR game a little bit there. Was potentially trying to get, since he'd been hot on that treble 19, trying to find it to try to overtake Repat's 3-2-5 since he was close. But there's a good turn from Barboy. And we saw Criminal last time against the Toaster. Things went awry for him on the center, but they will not get away from him here as he finds the green bit with the 3rd dart. Game shot and the leg going to the Criminal as he gets a break of throw. He is up 1-0 now. Has a 7 mark in hand.
Merry Christmas, bitches.
And he's saying Merry Christmas. That's right. We do have a special Christmas giveaway that we will let him talk about in the postgame, but he's going to have darts in hand before we get there. Game on! And 3 steady 20s for the Criminal, all in the fat part of the wedge. Law
That's
says,
good. That's a podcast.
Law says, I'm convinced Krim is launching these darts out of a 22 the way they sound. And there's 3 steady 19s for Barboy, matching in kind. 3 in the big 19.
Yes.
There's some wayward darts for the Criminal. Not able to put points on the board. Was going for the 20s with all of them. And couldn't find it. Barboy now. He's going to get 19, and he's jumping up to the 20. That's a close dart, but it looks to be just high for him. And he can't get the 3rd in there. Single 19, single 20 for Barboy. And 2 20s for the Criminal. Gets him back on top. Krim says, go tweet the podcast. I think the Twitter handle for the podcast at PhotoWeeklyPod. There is a special giveaway, I believe, that Krim and Red Rascal are doing, or maybe it's just Krim's doing. I don't really know 100% of the details. I thought it was both, but I could be wrong. Who knows? Only they do. But go do something. I'm sure there's tweets about it at our official Twitter, at FO Dart League, about the Merry Christmas giveaways. Single 20 for the Criminal. Barboy gets a single 19. He's moving up to the 20s now. And that looks like 2. The first one's very close, but it is the close of 20 for Barboy. Once again, he is unfazed, so Criminal had gotten out that great first leg. He had an outstanding one. Barboy was very steady himself at a 2.5. Barboy's matching here. Criminal has dropped off, but there's 3 steady 18s to get another wedge closed. And get Criminal another scoring opportunity potentially. Barboy looking to close it. He's going to need a treble or a double. It's just the single as he missed the 1st and 3rd darts. So a single 18 now for Barboy. Krim trying to get points working. Trying to find that mojo he had in the first leg.
2.
2 18s there for the criminal. So he does get back out in front by 2. So Barboy going back to 19s. He's got the first 2 in the 19s. And he comes up to 18s, but he missed. So an aggressive hero dart attempt, but it does miss the mark. Crimson home on the 18s. Just a single 18, though. That makes it a tie score at 114. Barboy's option. He's going to score first. There's a 19 and over to the 18. So he is very surgical in his strategy, where as soon as he gets any kind of lead, moving on to the other wedge. But he misses the third dart. Had a dart in hand to close the 18s, but couldn't find it. Criminal trying to dig for something. 2 18s. Again, will be a stay of execution for that wedge for now. Puts him up by 17 points. Oh, but Barboy missing his first 2.
Oh.
And I think he's missed all 3. He has missed all 3. Barboy with a little bit of a dip there. And now Criminal is the one to be aggressive. He's going after 19s. He's up by just a little bit. Oh, no, but Criminal can't find the third dart. He had the first 2. And the third one goes left into the 17s, so he can't get the 19s closed. He's 1 away. Barboy now coming back to the 19s. There's pressure on both players. There's a single 19. And there is an 18 to close. Barboy gets the critical darts on 2 and 3. Criminal trailing by 2 points, but he's got to find somewhere else to score because he can't overtake the lead right now. There's a close to 19, though. He'll close it with the second dart, but he can't get anything in the 17s. So just the close. So no points. Nobody can score right now. Barboy now has a clean look at 17s. He's going there. That third dart's very close, and it's 2 17s this time for Barboy on that wedge as he gets started anew. Criminal moving over to 16. Not going to chase the 17s with 2 marks in it already. But he's only going to manage a single in that 16 wedge. Back over now to Barboy. There's the 17s. That will get it closed. And this time he's staying for points. He wants to increase the point lead. That third dart could be a brutal treble. It's just below. It's 2 17s for Barboy. Crim now going to need to start finding those trebles. Like, again, we talked about how he had the advantage in the power scoring. There's just 2, though. Both players scoring it has dropped here, but there's a good visit from Barboy. 3 16s to get it closed. And Criminal once again has to move. And it's a great recovery after that second dart, which we don't have to talk about. 4 15s for the Criminal. He found the treble with the last, but it still leaves him trailing by 4 points. Barboy's going after those 15s, at least with the first 2. He stays for all 3, gets 1 with the third dart, so was still looking for that hero dart on the last. That's going to give the Criminal opportunity to continue to score on 15s, though. That could be another treble.
Oh, come on.
Is that a treble or is it a miss? It is a treble. That's in the corner, but he couldn't get the third dart in there for another point wedge. But that looks like a treble for Barboy. Could be 4 17s in response. It is 4 17s for Barboy. So right after the Criminal finds 2 trebles in a row and 2 visits, Barboy responds with a big 4 mark in the 17s to take the point lead back. Criminal just missed that treble on the last, just a single, so he is once again trailing as Barboy comes back to the board. There's the first dart into 15s. The second is into 15s as well, so Barboy gets it closed here. Goes back to 17s with the last, but missed. So Criminal now can only score on the bullseye. But what a start. 3 bulls to start with the Criminal. Bull, bullseye, and then missed with the third. Barboy is going to go down to 17s. He's going to stay there. He's going to try to get some more points. And it's a big third dart for Barboy as he gets another treble. 4 17s for Barboy.
Wow.
And that looks like, I think it's just barely a miss for the Criminal. A couple of very close darts, but they're on the wire and they're outside. Barboy looks like he's going after the center this time. Needs 3. That's either a miss. Might have gotten a stray 17. He did get 1 stray 17 in there. So adding to the points, but can't get anything in the middle.
Come on, man.
Criminal now needing 4 to take the point lead back. Looks like he'll get just 1. Barboy needs 3 for the leg. That's a good deflection, but it's awkwardly dangling. Could be dangerous if another dart comes in and hits it. Looks like it's a single for Barboy, so he's inching within 2. Grim needs 3 bulls to take the point lead and still needs 3 17s to close. There's a good stray, so that will help. So a single 17, so finally a good miss in the bunch for Krim. He's still in desperate need of the points. Barboy needs 2.
Yep.
And he'll get it with the first 2 darts. Game shot and the leg going to Barboy as he gets it in there to break right back and level the match at 1 apiece.
Lock the 7. Lock the
So
7.
we are in it, ladies and gentlemen. Criminal has wrapped up 1 bonus point with the 7 mark. It's locked in. Barboy's got the darts in hand. Game on! A 41 to start things off for Barboy.
$57.
And 57 scored for Krim. Dropping down, he loves the 17s as covers for the math, because we know the Criminal loves his maths. 41 again for Barboy, so consistent on the left side. And looks like 41 to match for Krim.
Ooh, that's 11.
That's a 11 from Barboy. Run yourself to the nearest casino. Stay behind the plexiglass. Make sure you're wearing your mask. Inhale a bunch of smoke. And then bet the pass line. Roll 11 until your arm falls off because it's the free money at the craps table. 41 once again for the Criminal.
Why is my shit showing like weak ass?
Barboy after 9 still above 400, so looking to get it going here. This time it'll be 43 scored for Barboy. The Criminal, the early goings, despite not necessarily having the greatest scoring in the world, but that's going to help. The ton scored for the Criminal. He's effectively stolen the throw here from Barboy after Barboy's gotten off to a pretty slow start.
W2 or something.
And there's some better darts from Barboy, keeping all 3 of them straight this time for 60. Krim already out at 262. Krim maybe ignoring his own math there.
No, I went there.
Oh. oh. 41 scored for Criminal. I was going to say, there's no way that Krim wasn't. Like, either that or it's just like one of those instances where that first dart just looks so good. It's so inviting to guide the next one into the treble. Just another 41 there from Barboy. So Criminal with an opportunity. Some good darts there, but again, he's not rewarded with another one on the wrong side of the wire into the treble. 143 scored. He's under 200 first. Barboy's still back at 264. Doesn't look like he'll be able to get to a finish here. It's just going to be 43 in response for Barboy. We continue to work our way down. Krim against the throw here.
Man.
We're working hard. It's 41. Know that once Krim starts chatting, that's when it starts happening. So Can he hold it together here at this point? 55 scored for Barboy, down to 166 for a bogey. Grim requires 137. It's off.
85.
But it's a good third dart. There's the treble he wants. 85 scored for the criminal, down to 52, which he will come back for. As Barboy's on 166.
Wow.
And that's 41. Barboy dangling another on top of the treble bed. Criminal requires 52, and he's got 2 for tops. Just 12 scored. Both efforts are outside. Barboy requires 125. He can't find the treble 20 for a dart at tops. And he's going to score 105 for Barboy. Leaves himself 20, so a great last to put pressure on Criminal requires tops. And he will find it with the second dart. Game shot and the leg to the criminal with another break of throw. 3 consecutive breaks in this Photo B matchup. Photo break right now, and the criminal takes a 2-1 lead. The criminal coming back to the board to throw first. Game on! And that 40 checkout seems to give the criminal a little bit of life. That was a tight grouping for 100 to start off this leg. Barboy looking to get it going himself. We've seen it up and down from him. That 105 to pressure was great at the end, but he comes out with just 24 here to start. Yeah, this time it's 45. The last dart going awry for the criminal.
Wow.
Barboy's going to get 41. We've seen a lot of 41s from Barboy. It's the second consecutive leg, not off to the best start. So he needs to get things going here, especially against the throw. Give himself maximum shots at double. 45 scored for the criminal. Another first 9 above 60. And 41 again from Barboy. Can't find that treble in the early part of the leg. Another first 9 in the 30s. Speaking of trebles, there's one for the criminal. Another 100 for him as he continues to pound away. His back against the wall. Knows what he must do. He's coming out and appears determined and focused to do it. 43 this time from Barboy. Had a good grouping, was well above the treble, so he switched down from the 19s but missed. And Krim is going to hit 43. That leaves a bogey. So missed on the wrong side of that 17. And now Barboy's in the treble. Can you find another? No, it's just the single treble, but it's 100 scored for Barboy. So all of a sudden giving a late chase. The criminal back in the treble by himself. 81 scored for the criminal, down to 87. Barboy still back over 250. Gonna need a treble to put pressure on the 87. I think he got it with the third dart. So 85 scored for Barboy. Does leave a finish of 167. Criminal requires 87. Shot for the bullseye. Goes for it, but missed high. As that one into the 20, leaving 30. Barboy requires 167. And it will be off for a start high on that treble 20. And finds the double 19 with the last 78 scored for Barboy, down to 89. Criminal requires 30. He's going right after it. And it proves to be costly. The second dart's a bust into the 19. Barboy requires 89. It's just barely a single 19, I believe. And Barboy maybe trying to go double 19. double 16 there? Doesn't matter, but Criminal comes back with the first dart, and he's going to find the double 15 game shot and the leg to the Criminal. And finally, we have a hold of throw, a pure break, and Criminal now up 3-1. Barboy going to have darts in hand as we return to the board. Game on! The chat going crazy, talking about T-shirts, talking about one more leg. It's happening.gif. Ace shot Jesus, discount double check. Everybody pacing. Crim trying to continue the trend, playing well, not getting frustrated. Why is Dilly throwing for Criminal? We don't know. 60 scored for Barboy. That's a good grouping for him. It's very nice, and this time Barboy is off to a much better start. And maybe shaking the Criminal a little bit there. 7 scored, Surgical. And this time it's Barboy out in front. That might be 95 for Barboy. It is, so that third dart deflected. It's lying on top of the second. There you go. It's at a weird angle, but it's still in that trouble where the point is, and that is all that matters. 45 scored this time for the Criminal, and it's Barboy out to a very nice start with the 60-plus first 9. Continuing to work here. There's a great treble 20 with the first. And it's 81 scored for Barboy. Gets his average up to 69 in this leg. That's nice. Criminal now trying to give chase. Just 45, though. The third dart pulled low and left. Had 2 good ones there to try to guide into the treble 20, but couldn't do it. So Barboy, he's trying to get to a finish. Just 41 scored, so the miss will keep him off. But he's well out in front. Criminal going to need some big scores to catch back up in this leg. Trying to walk it down towards that treble. 60 scored, kept them all straight this time at the minimum. But it's Barboy out by 100.
Cool.
That might be 63? 63, so he did find the treble 20, a double 1, and a single 1. But it leaves him Shanghai 20s at 120. There's just 21. So if you're of legal drinking age, enjoying an adult beverage wherever you happen to be viewing, go ahead and take a drink for that 21. Barboy's got a shot for tops. It's just inside 100 scored. Barboy giving the Shanghai a run. A great effort at it as well, but he is down to the Rascal, and he'll be coming back to the board. Criminal back at 266. And his back-to-back 21s. Criminal making the people chug. Barboy requires 20.
Wow.
Let's see what he elects to do here. He's gone inside on both, and he will choose to bust. I like that choice. You're well up here, going to come back to the board. He'll come back to the Rascal rather than being on 4. Crim might be pressing the issue. That looks like 85. It's just 45. Wow, that third dart was just below. So Criminal's still not finished. Barboy's got 6 darts from 20.
Wow,
and
again.
it's the exact same thing once again. And this time he changes the strategy. This time he hits the 1, so he's going to leave 4. 4 remaining after 16 scored. Criminal back at 200 now. And there's a big 100 scored, so he's going to cut it in half and at least make Barboy think about this one. Barboy requires 4. It's just inside to the Madhouse. And it's a bust with the second dart for Barboy now. Criminal requires 100. One dart for tops. Oh, he almost had the double-double finish. Had the first dart in tops, couldn't follow with the second. It leaves him on 40. Serious screws being put to Barboy now, requiring 4. Inside on the last, the Barboy now into the Madhouse. The Criminal out of nowhere on tops. And he'll find it with the first dart. Game shot and the leg going to the criminal as he is eating his phone, I think. There is so much noise. I don't know what that feedback is, but he is fired up because that fourth leg combined with the 7 mark from earlier in cricket secures him into the relegation playoffs. It gives him an opportunity to fight for his life in Photo B. But we still have 3 legs to play in this match, and things can still continue to get better. Criminal to throw first. Game on! If anything, Criminal's darts hitting the board even harder. 100 scored to start things off.
Wow.
The chat going insane. Maybe, I mean, can't be going crazier than the Crim just did. Like, the Criminal was literally eating the microphone. I have no idea what that sound was coming from his side of the screen, but it sounded like he was just smashing the microphone in between his teeth. And Pits 2, there's 2 bits. And as promised, Ace Shot G, 50 rewards, or rewards to 50 others in the chat. 10 Tier 1 subs to the FODL community, gifted a total 15 in the channel. All of them coming tonight. Ace Shot G, you are the real G. Thank you very much. Gifting a Tier 1 sub to Darty Time. Weaves 12020, J Herbs 87, Koozie 222, Aernin, Drum God 13, Go Gartner, Deboke 51, and Creech 777. And Streamer, I hardly know her. Ace Shot G, gifting you guys a Tier 1 sub. Enjoy use of the photo community emotes. So we get back to this one. Barboy, back-to-back 80 visits. Criminal, after the 100, went 27.56, but he got back in the trouble bed with another 100. Ace Shot G in the chat saying, discount double check. So everybody, and then with all that, a bunch of other emotes being shared, so everybody appreciating the emotes that were shared in that gift train as well, and sharing them in the chat. Scooter McGooch looks like he got a snowman. The Law got some kind of crazy purple heart thing. Phone Jesus got what looks like a guy, mouse shushing with some sunglasses on. I don't know what that one is, but it's pretty weird looking. It's pretty cool. A lot of stuff going on there. Thank you, Ace Shot G. Big gift to the channel. A little Roadhouse double deuce for the Criminal. Great math, though. Leaves 167. It's a nice 100 from Barboy in the last visit, so he is caught back up in this leg. And he's back in the trouble pit, so he is going to overtake the Criminal here against the darts. 90 scored for Barboy. He gets down to 94. Criminal requires 167. That will be off. And 46 scored for the Criminal. He's still above 120. Barboy requires 94. One of the treble 18 missed the first. He's missed the 18 now twice. And he's missed the 18 3 times. It is 9 scored for Barboy, giving the Criminal an opportunity for 121. It's on.
Oopsies.
Oh, it's off now. That dart was a little loose. But he does find the 13 to clean it up. It's 81 scored, which leaves tops. Puts pressure now on Barboy, but he's got 85. And he'll have 2 looks at tops.
Wow.
That's inside, but I think he's still got a shot at the Rascal. It's close to the wire, though. That shot at the Rascal is also very close. Did he find it?
No.
He did not. It's just outside. The Rascal says no. 20 remaining after 65 scored. Criminal requires 40. And the Criminal will get another one. Game shot and the leg going to the Criminal as he finds tops once again. Who is this Criminal and how is he doubling? What is going on? He is now up 5-1. How is it possible? There's 2 legs of the regular season left. Barboy to throw first. Game on! .41 start for Barboy and Crim. Treble first dart. Looks like another 100 to start off a leg. Shatter09 saying Crim always complains about everybody playing their best against him. Barboy gotta be pissed. As Criminal definitely playing one of his best matches, if not his best match of the season. Backs up the 100 with 81.
I'll dominate Barboy like Solar One.
Nope. Jeez.
Not sure what Dilly just said there. It sounded. I don't know. I don't know what I thought I heard. I'm just going to leave it alone.
He was talking about Solar Winds.
Oh, I see. 45 scored there for Criminal. Shadow Tilt asking Crim to pee in the cup. It's interesting. Criminal scoring a 41 and not cursing the board out after hitting the one with one dart. Actually, the real interesting one was the 81, where he still scores an 81 like it's bad and then still gets real mad. But it's a different Criminal here this evening. There's a nice 59 from Barboy, keeping them all straight. But again, finds himself trailing. Criminal got off to a good start, but Barboy just hasn't been able to find the early starts here.
Oopsies.
And there's 72 scored for the Criminal. So once again, a very, very tepid response to a poor dart from the Criminal. So maybe turning a leaf. We'll see how long it lasts. 47 scored for Barboy. He continues his trek down. Criminal looking for a setup now for 162.
52.
And it'll be 52. Leaves 110. The Law Dart says, who is pumped for a 30-minute post-match Crim interview and soliloquy? Scooter Magooch saying he better sing the Photo After Dark song. Crim requires 110. He will not be able to take out the ton plus finish here. And it's going to be 38 scored. Your dad's GF says there will be no sad Taco Bell tonight, only happy Taco Bell. Oh, there's a bounce out. See ya. Unfortunate for Barboy, but it looks like it's still 65 for him. So it does get him to an out at 151. We saw King Raj take that out earlier. Criminal requires 72. Whoa. And had a shot of the bullseye after finding 11 twice. Hits the one, left with 49. Barboy requires 151. And that will be off, so we won't see two 1-5-1 finishes. At least not yet. We still have one more leg to go in this match. That looks like 45 scored for Barboy. Criminal requires 49. And he wants tops once again, too. And he'll find tops once again. Game shot and the leg going to the Criminal. Finding the double 20 with regularity this evening. Criminal now up 6-1, and finally you hear Barboy with a reaction with the what the heck. Criminal, the last leg of the regular season to throw first. Game on. 41 to score for the Criminal.
Is that lost?
That looks like 45 to start for Barboy. Blademouth 5 says this is insanity. Thai Curry Pizza just says, huh. Imagine 45 scored for the Criminal as he comes back to the board. The chat very confused. looks like a good 81 there from Barboy, sneaking the last one into the treble. Criminal to stay hot on that double 20 as he finds another one there. 65 scored from him. But Barboy looks like he is trying to attack the throw this time. Beautiful treble with his first start once again. And that looks like a 140 for Barboy. So Barboy now turning it on, sick of being bullied around by the Criminal. Crim's going to score 39 on the comeback, so Barboy off to a great start here in the last leg. Finally looks like he's settling in, but might be just too little too late. Again, points always matter. Good to get them going into a playoff run. Looks like another treble with that last dart, salvaging for an 83. Barboy scores down to 152 after 12. A speed limit from the Criminal, just 55. Gets him under 300, but he's still above 250. Barboy requires 152. That shall be off now, the first start above the treble 20. That's a tight grouping. It's really hard to tell what that's going to be. 41 is the call from Barboy. Crim trying to give chase.
Come on.
Oh, he had the ton 80 sweat. It's 121 from the Criminal. Gets him on a finish at 135, but Barboy another attempt now from 111. Looks to be just above that treble 20. 91, but he can't find the treble 17. It's the 2 instead. The 89 with one dart in hand. And he'll go after the 19s, but miss into the treble 7. It's 43 score. Criminal requires 135. It is off.
Jesus.
And he goes after the bull with the last 29 scored. 106 remaining. Barboy requires 68. One dart for double 16. Oh, and he clips the marker there, and it keeps it inside. That will be 52 scored, 16 remaining. Criminal 106 is off. 54 scored for the Criminal. Barboy requires 16. It's inside double 8, double 4. Inside on that as well. Double 2.
Thank you.
And he'll find the double 2 on the last game shot, and the leg going to Barboy as he gets a second leg in this match. But that is the conclusion of it, and it's the Criminal coming out on top, 6-2. Yeah, we will go to the interview portion. It's the last darts. Last darts, pretty much anyone's going to watch until after Christmas because PDC's on their Christmas break as well. Barboy coming into this one, you know, some playoff seeding on the line potentially for you. Could have gotten up to third with a really big match, but with what you are able to achieve, that puts you back into fourth place. So you were able to leapfrog Toaster. But talk to us about how you're feeling knowing that the Criminal had his back against the wall and he was going to do anything he could. What was your mentality coming into this one?
I was pretty relaxed. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot on the line for me. I figured I'd take 2. I thought I'd take a little bit more than that, but, you know, good on Criminal to end the season strong. I think his 33% double out matches his combined percentage all season, which is pretty good. But you know, overall, I was pretty relaxed and just looking to have fun.
Yeah, well, you know, certainly showed. Didn't seem to get frustrated at any point, and you know, it was 6-2, and you still finished with a 52 and a 2.3. So talk to us about your performance in general, which, you know, was up and down at points, but you've really finished there, especially on a high note. So what can you build off on that last leg as you look into your playoff push?
Yeah, so it's been practice versus games. In practice, I'm hitting trebles, and in the games, I'm wiring so many triple 20s. And I'm hoping that in the playoffs, I put it together. at the end of the day, I'd probably rather be in B next season than get my ass handed to me all season long. So, I guess put it together a little bit better, but I'm happy with a 2.3 and a 52. That's, right about where my average is.
That's very solid for sure. And again, a lot of wired darts just means that you're throwing good darts. I mean, it's millimeter amounts. It's micrometers if you're the criminal and don't know what English is. Micrometer amounts away from that treble. But again, so looking at the playoff picture with you getting into 4th place here in the playoffs, that locks you up in a match against Cali Kid.
Yeah.
He's been on a bit of a downslide towards the end of the season. You've been pretty steady throughout. What do you need to do to get ready for, and what do you need to do to come out and win that match?
Yeah, I think Cali Kid's top end of his range is quite a bit better than mine, but I'm pretty steady, whereas I think on an off night, I have a pretty good chance of beating him. So, I need to improve the doubles a bit. But overall, if I throw like I did tonight, I think I've got a pretty good shot.
Well, Barboy, we can't wait to see what happens. A solid performance this evening. The scoreline just not in your favor. Congratulations on making the playoffs your first season in Photo B. I'm jealous. Hope you have a good holiday and stay safe, my man.
Yeah, happy holidays. Thanks for the cast. And Krim, you earned this one. Glad I got your best. And congratulations on the win, and hope you do well in the playoffs.
I appreciate it, man. Good luck to yourself, too. Yeah, you played great darts. Just happened to run into me the only time I hit doubles in the last 500 days. Sorry about it.
So,
I'm actually glad to see it, so well done.
So in the chat, it's kind of funny. For all the gifted subs that Ace Shot G has been thrown out in the chat, he didn't end up subbing himself. So what does the criminal do? It's Crimus, baby. So he gifts a Tier 1 sub to Ace Shot G. Ace Shot G said, let's be honest, Crim knew that I would be watching, so he decided to show out. We're going to go over to the victor. Criminal. Everybody plays their best match against you. Everybody doubles out at 30%. What do? You play your best match of the season against Barboy and double out at 30%. What are the comments? Why was this performance different than every other one of the regular season?
Well, I mean, Barboy still played really well, so don't take anything away from Barboy. But I mean, as I have done throughout my entire slide into mediocrity, I've not stopped working, and I put in a lot of work again the last 2.5 weeks, and I think I've got my throw back where it kind of was, and figured out some issues that I was having before. That are now getting a little bit fixed. So starting to feel like I can control the dart a little bit. And, just putting in the work was the big difference for this one.
So you knew what you needed coming in. You knew you needed 9 points. So 4 in a bonus or 5 outright leg wins. How crucial was that 7 mark early on to at least put the pressure on for a tied bonus point? How much did that relax you a little bit to know, if that one holds through cricket, it's one less leg that you need for the rest of the match?
Well, I told Dilly I was going to hit a 7 mark and get it out of the way in the first leg of cricket. So I knew that was going to happen. I had no doubt. I've been good in cricket all season, so I was feeling pretty confident. I mean, especially the way I play cricket, I'm not necessarily finishing the legs super quick. I'm fine to kind of plod along and get some opportunities to score. So that gives myself a lot of chances just to have one good visit too. So I've thrown the 7 mark a lot of the week this season, and had chances at 7 marks that I've missed a single or something before. So yeah, I mean, but that was huge. I mean, definitely taking a little pressure off to know I only needed to get 4, especially coming out winning that first leg as well. Obviously, the second leg of cricket was not great by either of us, but I'm glad to see we were both able to turn it around in the 501 portion. But yeah, I mean, for sure, I knew exactly what I needed going in. So I mean, that takes a whole leg off. That was massive.
That second leg of cricket, you mentioned it there. It was not great, and it seemed at one point that you were close to getting to that dark place that criminal goes into, where the frustration just kind of takes over. But you didn't let it get to you, and you rebounded in 501. What was the difference in the mental game for this one?
A I don't think I ever got close to a dark place tonight. I was feeling pretty good. I mean, I think one of the big differences is it's nice to like occasionally throw a dart that feels good and hit the target, so it's frustrating when you're trying to fix stuff and you can do it in practice sometimes and then you're coming out and it's just not there, or you're throwing good darts that are close and you're just never seeming to find the big scores. And so, tonight I felt good. I mean, even the misses in that second leg of cricket I was having were a lot of close darts, so I knew I was in control of where the dart was going. And then, watching the Worlds here a little bit, kind of see the mentality that some of those people have, and it's like, probably should stop being such a victim and be more on the attack myself. So I came in with a little bit more of my killer instinct that I probably used to have, and I fully expected to win every leg, and at no point did I feel like I was out of any legs tonight.
Hey, that's what I said after my match last night. What do you know? What do you know? Hey, just be confident and everything works out. With the 6-2 victory and the bonus point, not only did you pass Madhouse, you passed the Lush. So you're in 9th, which, if I remember correctly from the bracket, gives you a first-round bye in the relegation playoffs. I might be wrong.
I think you're right.
But I think I'm right. How important is that going to be, and what do you need to do to get yourself ready to fight to stay in the B division?
Well, I got to keep doing what I've been doing. I've been trying to really simplify the throw again, keep the elbow still, follow through straight. I was noticing that my follow through was kind of going to the left. That's why I was pulling a lot of darts. Like, it felt like I was following through straight, but I was not, and I was just pulling so many darts. So I've been really working through on coming through clean and straight the whole way through the board. But I mean, I just need to keep working on that. My last 2 matches now, I've been at a 50. What am I tonight? 56 or something? 55. I was at a 57 the match before, so that's a little bit more of what I'm capable of putting out. So I know the bottom half of that bracket's going to be a tough fight for sure. If I have to play Lush coming through or Sweats, I think it is, in that second round matchup, that's going to be a tough match, but I just have to keep working, and hopefully I show up with the doubles that I threw tonight. I actually hit tops, which has like been my Achilles heel all season. Just the absolute inability to find tops. And in practice this week, I did work on that a little bit, and I started to find a range for tops, and paid off tonight. I think all of the legs I finished were on tops this evening. So that's pretty good.
Well, Criminal, wish you the best of luck. And before we go, talk to us about the Merry Christmas to everybody.
Yeah, that was an inspiration of a very drunk Red Rascal, I believe. But you got to tweet at the Photo Weekly. Just tweet a screenshot of the fact that you're subscribed here on Twitch. Let them know that you're subscribed on YouTube, and you're following, obviously, as well. You got to tweet at the Photo Weekly. Is it Photo Weekly or Photo Weekly Podcast? I'm not sure.
I think it's Photo Weekly Pod.
At Photo Weekly Pods. You got to tweet at that. They're going to select 10 people to get a Crim shirt, courtesy of Red Rascal. So that's huge from him, Crimist for everybody. And hopefully, we get a bunch of participation from that, and get to give out some Crim shirts, and I get to see my face all over the world. That's pretty sweet.
Well, that will be fun. So the Merry Christmas special, sponsored by a very drunk Red Rascal. What else is new as far as things like that go? Criminal, congratulations on the victory. Congratulations on making the playoffs. Again, good luck. Have a safe holiday. I'll see you in a couple days. And also, I'm still mad that I lost.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, everybody. Barboy, again, great darts, man. Sorry you had to run into my best, but at least it didn't ruin your season or anything. And I just had to make sure that you've still never beat me. That was very important to me, so I had to keep that going.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Also, quick announcement to the Photo family. There's going to be a little Barboy coming in April of next year. So,
whoa, everybody having some relations. It's Photo After Dark now. We could talk about that. Congratulations, Barboy and wife, and all your entire family. That's truly a blessing. Letting us know in the holiday season. Congratulations. It's excellent news. The best gift you'll ever get, Barboy. Congrats.
Thank you so much. Happy holidays, everyone.
Merry Christmas, everybody.